Oh, for God's sakes. What the hell are all these things named? I can't even find the right thing to. All right, everybody, here we go.
I've got nothing more to say to you. If you shoot me, my team's...
How about goodbye? You're working too hard.
If true, you told Admiral Hackett to abandon the Destiny Ascension, sacrificing...
I've had enough of your disingenuous assertions.
God, I want to punch an old woman in the face!
Good morning and welcome to Valhalla. Welcome to Stone Loki's Mornings of Mischief. I am Mexican Iron Man, and I have assumed control of the channel. Yes, indeed, I have assumed control of the channel. And in order to unlock today's show, I shall open the studio for our guest to arrive.
Security checking products. Please stand by.
Welcome, Mexican Iron Man.
Ha ha!
Woo! Chaos, panic, disorder. Zero has arrived. So, good morning, chat. Good morning to our guest co-host today, Mexican Iron Man, filling in for Stone Cold Loki while he gets some lab work done. Who better to fill the boots than everybody's favorite alternate Iron Man, the real Iron Man, Mexican Iron Man. Thank you, my brother.
You are far too kind, my old friend. It has been far too long since we streamed together.
Yeah, what, maybe a few months or whatever. But you know what? You can't have too much of a good thing, or you can. I don't know. Hopefully, we can fill the void for y'all today. Loki will be back shortly. He's just getting some work done today. No biggie. Just taking care of the lab. You know how it goes.
Yeah. And how
Yeah.
are you? How's Canada?
All great, just enjoying the tax season while all of our workers get ready to go on strike if they're not on strike already. Had some very nice summer weather last week, out of nowhere, and now it's freezing cold again today. So, yeah, just in case we're forgetting where we live, it's back to almost snow-like temperatures for the time being. But anyway, yes, it's great to see you all this morning. Somebody in chat already shouted out that there were no shouting out of names during the morning intro. I'm sorry, guys, but that's Loki's job. We're not here to do a hostile takeover, just a generous
Yeah, plus also
semi
it's over here.
takeover.
I'll try to do it like Snot upon this Cuba.
Ooh.
Dave G Sound. Chris Persia. Mr. Buckrack Media. I take Lady Miss Josh Project Storytime. Okay, I can't do it.
Wow. That's interesting way to go about it. Oh god damn, we shouldn't have had those 4 packs of smokes before showtime, but oh my goodness.
Gun Bunny.
Bunny's got a gun. Roll Tide, Keely.
Wait, hold on. Here we go. Psycho Dwarf 9.
Oh shit, look who's lurking in chat already.
Oh god.
I may not be present, but I am omnipresent.
Shellback TJC, Michael Gonzalez, Nighthawk is here. Of course, the wrench of wrenches, the great Chris Perza, who I have to admit, Friday came up with a pretty hilarious thumbnail when he had me kissing the baby on pregnant Ray's tummy. Dean Krantz, my cigar and scotch drinking brother. DJ Ronnie G, my buddy from Dallas. God, I want to go visit DJ Ronnie G. Doing great stuff on his channel. Ronnie, I catch your videos with your studio. Pretty amazing gear you have, bro. And your graphics are sick. Super sick. Morning to Southern Viking. How are you? Good, sir. Viking, it's a little early. Please do me a favor and do not storm the beaches of Hilton Head this morning, sir. I'm not up. The Mexican peoples are still in their teepees. We're just struggling to get out. We cannot do the whole pillage and stuff. So, you want to take Bambino on the boat, take Bambino the Chihuahua on the boat. Because after this, I'm going back to bed. You know what I mean? Mark the Infinitely Tired. My brother amongst brothers. Hail to you, sir. Good morning, Gary. Good morning to you. Let's see who else is here. Wow, we got a ton of people here. Sean, my brother Sean sent me the baddest ass care package the other day. I get a lot of good care packages, but Sean's pretty awesome. And my thanks to everybody that sent me stuff the last 3 to 6 months, including those who have over inundated me with Alf and Flash gear, such as Shum and others. I at this point, dude, I think I can put together like an Alf museum. I thought for sure I'd take them all to the gun range, and shoot them all, but I just don't have the heart to do it. Good morning to Olds Gamer 72, Cutlass. Hello, Princess Leia Rose. Hello. Morning, Steve. Oh, I like the way he does it with the hyphens in his name. That's cool. I like that. Project Cambrian is here, my brother. Great to see you. Let's see. I probably missed some people. So if I missed you in the chat, I'm sorry. We're going to continue on with the show. How did you like my Snickledorf 9?
God, I mean, that's an interesting way to go. You sounded kind of possessed.
Uh-oh.
Not in a bad way, in a good way. Now,
I shouldn't be I shouldn't be possessed after Easter. I should be all cleansed.
Well, we'll cleanse the soul today. Dave Bob, they come to snuff the rooster. Yeah. So a little bit off topic, but you did touch on this, and I do believe I mentioned something like this a few weeks ago. You correct me if I'm wrong, but you mentioned you were possibly warming up to Alf. So I want to get it straight from the Mexican horse's mouth here. What are your purest thoughts on Alf? Are you starting to take a liking to him?
Well, funny you should ask. Adega outlawed my brother. Sorry, I missed you. Sorry. I mean, I am Mexican. I'm not perfect. That's why I'm Mexican. Yeah, I'm Mexican, which means I'm not perfect. Well, hold on. Let's go find this little guy here. Alf, they're asking about you on the show. Come here. Wake up.
Yo.
Come
My
here.
God. What's going on? Is he here?
Alf, come here. Get over here. Stop
we
staring
about
at the cats outside.
Are we about to break new grounds here? Oh my. Holy shit! Live from Planet Melmac, it's Big Nose Alf.
Hey, what's happening here?
Oh my God, the resemblance is uncanny.
Where am I? What is this? This some kind of radio broadcast?
It's kind of like that. Yeah, I mean, it would be akin to your planetary transitions that you did back on Mailmac back in what year was that? The 80s? I don't know. I don't know how your radio on that planet has evolved over the last 30 years, but you can feel safe at home with us.
Someone should have told me. I would have done my hair. Look.
I think someone also should have told you got a Mexican Iron Man's hand up your ass.
What?
Oh my God. You know, your eyes look a little beady. Have you been drinking too much coffee?
Well, Mexican Iron Man had an open bottle of tequila, and let's just say that kitty and tequila goes great together.
Did you say kitty and tequila?
Yep.
What kind of kitty?
Oh, well, not the kind of Mexican Iron Man likes.
So, not cats.
Well, Mexican Iron Man has these ladies coming, and I don't know. I think we both eat kitty, but you know, I eat the ones that with fur that run around in the backyard.
Well, at least you're getting your exercise that way.
Crunch, crunch. Okay, I got to go now.
Yeah, you do. Wow, that was a first. Ladies and gentlemen, big round of applause for Al finally stopping by. Yeah, so you know, kind of warming up to the guy. There are currently peace talks and negotiation. I am representing the Mexican Iron Man universe, and peace talks are underway with Alf to see if peaceful relations can be established between the alien peoples and myself. Now, the key to this strategy has been that I don't watch any old Alf shows because they still annoy the flying frack out of me. But yeah. Well, little by little. I mean, that'd be one way to go about training yourself and getting yourself attuned to the kind of being that Alf is. But you went one step beyond and you took it right to a face-to-face kind of thing there. I mean, that's dangerous. It was dangerous, but you know what? You two seem to be pulling it off. So I give you both credit for doing things the hard way and seeing it through to the end. I concur. Now, I have a surprise for you. For me? Yeah, we're going to go through today's first article, and our hot topic is we're going to go through the best captains in Star Trek history. Oh God, the doors you are opening here. Oh my. Let me tell you why. Because we have a definitive list that I'm going to share. He's chalking it up now. As produced by the Mary Sue. The Mary Sue has published last week, April 10th, 1 week ago, the best captains in Star Trek history rank. Oh, and we've got my good friends, the Star Wars guys, coming in with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much. All the super chats help keep the lights on so that Loki can do the important work that he does on this channel. Hail to the Star Wars guys who says the answer is obvious. Kirk is the best captain. Exactly. In fact, right here, right next to me, Zero. Hold on, let me show you something. What was that sound? Did you just drop a bucket of pennies? This is my coin thingy. Look, see, see if it holds. Kirk's got a giant hole in his bottom and a
Right there. So
slot.
you put the coins in there.
The slot. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure.
Dun, 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 dun,
As long as you're
give me your money. I need fuel for the lithium crystals. I need your money.
God. Somehow I get the feeling that Kirk is kind of, oh man. I mean, I was gonna say as long as it's just coins you're pounding into that slot, but Captain Kirk, I don't think it makes a damn difference to him. Dun, 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 dun. So, ladies and gentlemen, we've already had Alf, and now we've got Captain Kirk. Intergalactic space is afoot here on Zero Hour. My God.
Boy, is it we got an all-star cast this morning, isn't it?
Damn right.
You guys have never had so many celebrities on one show at the same time.
Jeez, I feel kind of bad that I can't present anything myself, but at this time of day, that's probably a good thing.
Oh, well, you're going to have some stuff to say in a second here. You ready? Thanks for the super chat. So much appreciated. I will get you a skull if I can figure out how Loki has these things labeled.
He's going to start pushing random buttons. Let's
see, which one should I give him? Let's give him this one. Chicks selling the Fanta are super smoking hot. Fanta. Mexican Iron Man's okay with Fanta, so long as the chicks selling Fanta are super smoking hot.
Woo! Not bad.
I'm warming up to Fanta because I found out a couple weeks ago there are these girls called the Fantana girls. I didn't know they existed before. Yeah, it's smoking hot. You never seen the Fantana girls?
No.
Really?
No, but it sounds kind of kinky.
We'll get into that later. I'll show you the Fantana girls.
I thought Fanta girls were just chicks you leave holed up in your closet there.
Oh, what?
Or did they get free reign of the house, just prancing around in their little, hippie daisy outfits while you're not around?
What the? All right, to the list. Let's go to the list, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, list up.
It's gonna be kind of tough because I don't have an ad blocker. Number 10, the Kelvins versus Captain Kirk.
So right off the bat, I'm not sure how easy this is going to be to either agree or disagree with, because
I just want you to react, buddy.
Yeah, because I haven't seen the whole list yet. So
yep,
for better or for worse, to make it easier on myself, these are just going to be in no particular order. So Kelvin versus Captain Kirk. Would he be one of the best?
Would he be? Well, he's number 10. So, we'll go back through the list again later. But what's your first reaction? Does he belong in the top 10? Like, are you okay with this, or should he be higher up on the list, or what?
I don't know. I mean, with Star Trek in
you want to reserve judgment till you see the rest of the list?
Yeah, I like to give a good, honest opinion. I'm probably gonna have to see the rest of the list.
The Star Wars guys with another $5 super chat. Was that a goatee I saw on your face, Mike? Are we dealing with Karen Mirror Universe Mexican Iron Man? Well, yes, indeed, that is a goatee. Hold on.
Oh my! Look, he's working on his Riker look. Next, he'll be working on the Riker maneuver. And not the one where he spins around and sits backwards in a chair. The Riker maneuver is just going to be banging every female he sees, regardless of skin color. And that includes blue, green, orange, whatever aliens he can find. Riker's going to pork it.
Hey, don't judge my life choices.
I don't judge. I say go for
Number
it.
9. Ready?
All right, roll it up.
James
the original
T. Kirk.
Oh my God. Okay, right away. I'm assuming it's going 10-1, like 10 being and 1 being the best. That right there, I will tell you right now, does not belong at number 9. And I kind of get the feeling I may sort of know where the curve of this list is going.
The original Captain Kirk is a high achiever, sure. The man gets spectacular results, and that counts for a lot here. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me do my Karen voice. But he's not the most responsible of leaders in the Star Trek universe. While his willingness to take huge risks and act out of instinct allowed him to pull off seemingly impossible things, going back in time to save the whales, defeating the Greek god Apollo, and bringing Spock back from the dead, he also got so many low-ranking crewmen killed that the entire Red Ship trope is named after him. Oh, my God. ban all phasers. Hashtag phaser gun control is needed now. Kirk tries to balance his duty as a Starfleet officer with his own sense of compassion and strong moral compass. But his tendency to lean on instinct and emotion when making decisions sometimes backfires. It's like spectacularly Zero. Oh my God. At the same time, his intense emotional investment in the ship and crew prioritize justice and ethics over Federation rule. Blah, blah, blah. All right. So there you go. Number 9. How do you feel about that?
I got so many arguments I could say with those 2 paragraphs. Like, come on, putting Jesus, tap dancing Christ, his own moral compass, and oh my God, going against Federation rules. You know, they even stated in other series, in other Federation series, other Trek series, that yes, they were a different breed of officer back then. You know, they did a lot of things that would get them court-martials. I actually think Janeway said that herself. And, but the general consensus was everybody respected them. They were highly revered and respected because they appreciated Federation history. So, I mean, you know, if you're going to make a point to say, oh, well, James T. Kirk went against protocol and blah, 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 bitch, you don't know shit. You never lived it.
Yep. All right, let's go to number 8.
Number 8.
William Riker.
The Riker maneuver.
Wait, was he? By the time he became a captain, wasn't that in one of the movies? Like in the movies, right?
I know in Nemesis he was like leaving Picard's crew to go captain. I'm sorry, folks. It's been a long time. I'd have to refresh my memory, but I do
Star
know
Trek memories become fake. You know, if anything that new Trek has done, it's made all what once was a commanding knowledge of all things Trek. Now, after all the new shit that's come out and all that's fucked up, literally, I'm completely hazy now on canon. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
All right,
like
so number 8, William Riker.
Yeah. So what can you say about William Bang Everything Riker? I liked him. But at this point, the only issue I have is like my canon only goes so far as, well, pretty much Enterprise, which was kind of for me, but comparatively to what we have now, I'll take Enterprise over anything else. But the thing is, my main canon ends at Nemesis, and that's pretty much when Riker was leaving Picard's crew. So to judge how well a captain he's been in subsequent years since then, it'd be hard for me to say because I'm not really like up to date with everything that's been going on the past 20 years since the TNG era kind of ended.
All right, here we go.
Yeah. Now, as a first officer, I liked him.
Number 7, Sulu.
Oh my. Yeah, how many people didn't know I was going to say that? God, I've rambled enough. What about you? What about Mr.
No,
Sulu
this is about you reacting, sir. I've already gone through this list.
You know, I'm going to throw something weird out here. What? And some people may label me sexist. But you know what? When it comes to this, I don't really care. I can't help but notice the bottom of the
3
list,
guys are white guys.
The bottom of the list is just complete dudes.
Number 8, white dude. Number 9, white dude. Number 10, white dude.
Yeah.
White dude. White dude. White dude. But wait a minute. Hold on. Now we go to number 7, Sulu. How many times was he a fucking captain in which movie? 2 movies? 3? Like, hello?
Maybe. Yeah. Well, I mean, we had less than a handful of movies and less than a handful of episodes where he was either
a
referenced.
Certified badass. Hikaru Sulu was an incredible officer and an even better captain. Suave, dashing, and incredibly cool in a crisis, Sulu, as captain of the Excelsior, was integral to salvaging the Federation Klingon peace process. Like all the best captains, Sulu knew exactly when to ignore or outright disobey the Federation because the bigger picture called for it. Most notably assisting Kirk in the Enterprise when the former was falsely convicted of murder and helping him expose it. Because Sulu was also capable of elaborate, impressive tactical thinking. Oh, get the fuck out of here. Whatever. Number 7, buddy.
God, I like Sulu. I really do. The character, you know, it's funny because if their whole agenda is to try to make a very diverse list here and mix it up and be fair to everyone, maybe they should put Mr. Sulu closer to the top of the list since you know he's openly gay and everything. So,
Well, he only made number 7. Yeah, remember he is still a dude. So let's keep going. Number 6.
Who is that?
It's the number. It's the sixth best captain on the list. It's the number 6 captain according to the Mary Sue, and this person right here was a better captain than Sulu, Riker, Kirk 1, and Kirk 2. So here we go. Let's go find out who this bitch is. Ready?
Okay, so
By the way, I just want to say when I first saw this list, I was riding my bike when I first got this list. I almost drove off the path because where I got the idea to do this list was that Gary gave it to Jay and Drunk. I mod Drunk 3PO's show usually, but Saturday I was on a bike ride and I was listening to Jay and Jay went through this list. So that's what we're just doing what Jay did. So I'm repeating what Drunk 3PO did on Saturday. Shout out to Drunk 3PO. I don't know if you're listening to the show. Love you, brother. But so Drunk was going through this list. When he got to this one, I literally almost drove off the freaking bike path, like into the creek by my house. And I was laughing so hard at what Jay did. I like, okay, I got to repeat this shit on Monday.
My goodness.
All right, Tryla Scott. Who is this? Tryla.
Well, we got chat. Oh my God, we got chat saying she was in one episode of TNG.
Right, ready? Tryla only made a very brief appearance, but she had to make it onto this list because of all she achieved in her short life. The youngest person to achieve the rank of captain in Starfleet, Tryla was one of the 4 officers, including Picard, who realized that Starfleet had been taken over by parasitic aliens. Unfortunately, Tryla was killed before she managed to fulfill her full potential as a boss babe captain bitch. Oh, sorry, I did that part.
Whoops.
To fulfill her potential as one of the aliens took control of her body and attempted to killing her in self-defense. Still, everything Tryla did for us, guys, everything she managed to achieve before her death secures her place on this list.
No, see, that just goes against that goes against like I'll shed a tear for her later. Okay. That goes against everything that I know. Because I mean, if you like to make a top 10 list and throw a 1 episode person on there and their whole reputation and legacy is what they could have been as a captain really brings no merit to the argument. I mean, if you're gonna talk the legit 10 best captains in Trek history, someone who could not even live long enough to live up to their so-called potential should not even be on that list. Oh God.
I miss Tryla so much.
We may need a minute here.
Everybody, the sacrifice she made for us, Zero.
Yeah. Oh my God. You gotta be kidding me. Yeah, I can see where this is going. Do you need another minute or are you okay?
No, I'm back. Fuck this shit. All right. For those who are taking score at home, we got Black Lady at number 6, Asian dude at number 7,
gay Asian dude,
gay Asian dude at number 7, cracker ass at 8, cracker ass at 9, cracker ass at 10. And by the way, for the record, I am hashtag Team Cracker in case anyone cares. But yeah. Okay, here we go. Now we're getting the top 5. You ready?
Yeah, we caught a glimpse of what's coming up. It already made me
feel the excitement.
Oh, it's palpable. It's palpable. Top 5, rounding it out. Here we go.
All right. So just reviewing the list. Number 6, Tryla Scott. Number 7, Sulu. Number 8, Riker. Number 9, original James C. Kirk. This is so laughable. And modern white dude.
And
all right,
Kelvin
here we go.
Kirk.
Number 5, ready?
All right, let's do it.
Christopher Pike.
This
oh my God, you guys got a white guy in the top 5.
Holy crap. This particular version of Christopher Pike, not Calvin Pike or original TOS Pike.
No, you didn't get TOS Pike, who by the way was fucking amazing. You didn't get wait, what was the other one you said?
Calvin Pike.
Oh yeah, Calvin Pike. No.
Yeah, the Kelvin verse Pike, who was there for.
There was a Kelvin versus Pike? Oh, that's right. I loved him.
Yeah.
Oh my god, he was the best.
Well, not according to this list. He
Yeah,
probably
Bruce
didn't even make
Greenwood.
it.
Michael Gonzalez points out that Bruce Green. Oh, I love Bruce Greenwood as an actor. I have always fucking loved him.
Yeah.
Always.
Okay, here's my gripe with this. Yes, I know. Oh my god, Zero griping about a list again. Yeah. The problem is if y'all were tuning in when Loki and I were attempting to review whatever the fuck this particular show was called, I don't even remember because I got
Strange New Worlds.
Yes, Strange Brew Hurls. Yeah. Okay. I told everybody I enjoyed Anson Mount. I enjoyed his work. But the way they wrote this character, the way they wrote all characters in the entire show was just absolute shit. I got through 3 episodes, choked through a 4th one, and said, even told Loki, dude, I can't do this. This show is garbage. And the problem I had with that is because this Christopher Pike is pretty much irrelevant by this point. Because if you know your Trek canon, you ultimately knows what happens to Christopher Pike. So why they even based a whole show around his adventures and shit just was kind of pointless. Because anytime him or the crew were in danger, you know they're going to survive. Nothing bad's going to happen. And given the fact that this particular Pike is on the list, I really don't know what they're thinking at this point. I really don't know. If they were going to throw like original Pike on there or even Kelvin Pike, that would be one thing. But this particular Pike, with its soiled reputation as a show as a whole, really does not sit well with me. Wrong Pike. Wrong Pike.
We've got a vote in the. We've got a vote. We've got a poll, a voting poll in the chat. Everybody vote. Everybody vote. We're only giving you 4 options. Thank you, Loki, for posting up the poll. Number 4, Michael Burnham.
Who dat?
What do you mean, who dat?
I can kind of, yeah, it's all becoming clear now. The 4 lights in the Cardassian torture room are suddenly shining very bright. Okay, because I recognize who that is in the blurry background with the even more out of focus.
This is Star Trek Discovery, your favorite show.
Yeah, okay. Now, didn't this show recently get canceled?
No, they have their 5th season coming, 4th or 5th season, final season's coming out.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Yeah, and I've watched all of it, unlike you and
Yeah.
other people on YouTube. I've seen all of fucking Star Trek, all of it. All of it. Well,
okay.
except
Well,
the new shit, except the unbelievably of everything that, well, we won't get into Terry Metalis right now. But number 4 is Michael Burnham. Let's see what they say. Michael Burnham's captaincy was hard won and a long time coming. 3 seasons into Discovery, but it was thoroughly deserved, Zero. Not only had Burnham played a key part in destroying the Emerald Chain, don't give me, allowing for the reformation of the Federation, because you white people, you need to be reformed, okay? Because we've got to get rid of your patriarchy. But she'd also demonstrated impressive leadership capabilities again and again and again and again, Zero. Again. Captain Burnham continued to be a solid leader who refused to abandon people in need, Kobayashi Maru, and was willing to take on any and all risks and dangerous situations to protect her crew. Stormy weather. When dealing with non-Federation cultures and civilians, Burnham balanced respect for that culture with respect for individual life and agency, and was unwilling to abandon prisoners to die at the request of civil authority. Godly person, people can't write it. Now it's another fucking run-on sentence. Okay.
You know, it's funny. I was just thinking this looks like a 4-year-old copied the back of like any IMDb thing you can kind of write up, or, you know, amateur profile investigations. Because I'm thinking, how, God, did they even learn how to write? I mean, when you say she can blah, 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 countless times, again and again and again, it's like, oh my God, like all these run-on sentences, the punctuation and all this kind of shit. I swear to God, they must have got this from something else.
Psycho Dwarf 9 sends in a $5 super chat, says, me and Southern Viking, we're going to weld up a caged bowsprit for Mikey Spork. Uh-oh.
Woo!
Uh-oh. And for the last couple of skulls that come in, because I owe a skull from before, and here's a skull now, as I try to search Loki's dashboard here, so I can understand all the different skulls.
Pushing buttons.
I renamed all these skulls at one time. Looks like
he changed them back.
No, he left them. He's Loki's. I love Loki. Second Wolf 9, you keep the fires burning fiery strong here in the halls of Valhalla. Thank you so much for that super chat. And we continue on, my good man. So just for those who are keeping score at home, you do have one white guy in the top 5. Good job.
Wow. I gotta say.
Good job.
Yeah, that's a great job.
All right, now we go to number 3. Here's where the list is going to get interesting.
Oh my. The dog. What episode was he?
Catherine Janeway.
Catherine Janeway. Big Red herself. Okay. Now I know Janeway can be sometimes one of those polarizing figures, and I can understand why. But in my honest opinion, I liked Janeway. I thought she was badass when she needed to be. She was compassionate when she needed to be.
Yep.
And she certainly knew when to, for lack of a better term, establish dominance with her crew or anyone that was a possible opposing threat. That being said, because this has always been a running joke with me, in the early seasons especially, I have never seen a captain so eager to order her ship to self-destruct than she. I mean, there was what?
Zero. The coffee maker isn't working. All right, begin the self-destruct sequence. What?
Yeah.
It's just the coffee maker.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. But as a whole, I enjoyed Janeway. Yeah, I mean to really just to summarize everything that I already just said, it's there. It's already there. I will give it to anybody in writing. I thoroughly enjoyed Janeway. I enjoyed how she worked with her crew. I enjoyed the peril that she was in. Well, not the peril, but how they overcame everything, how she guided her crew and, did what she could to get her people home safely, because she was up against insurmountable odds at the time. Like getting flung 70,000 light years away. It's like, okay, you're pretty much stranded and left for dead. What are you going to do? And she did it. Now, Omega Directive and Prime Directive violations aside, I still like her. She did a hell of a job.
Let's see what the chat's saying. Mark the Infinitely Tired says, no, she was a traitor and should never have been in the chair.
We may spark a debate.
Uh-oh.
Well, Mark doesn't agree, but that's okay. I can
Leia Rose notes
understand
that female captain changed history like all the time.
Yeah, at least that's a history I'm aware of. I mean, because you talk about Star Trek Discovery, and I'm sorry, folks, I've never seen Discovery.
Oh, everybody get your pants on. No more running around in underwear.
Valhalla, what is your profession?
Spartans, what is your profession?
Oh boy, now we got some real toxic masculinity in here. We're gonna kick it up.
They have her at 3. Oh no, Mike, you go back up on top.
No, because I want to know. No.
What a generous offer that was.
Me and Loki always have this problem. All right, let's
somebody sound clip that for us, will you?
Chris Burns says Burnham didn't give a flying shit when mutinied, committing treason in order to start an intergalactic war. I think the earlier treason comment was about Mikey Burnham, maybe.
Who's that? Who's Mikey? Who's Mikey Burnham?
Mikey Spock, number 4 on the list.
That's not Star Trek.
Well, Loki, you've got to realize that Mary Sue is a trusted source.
See, the problem I had, like the point I wanted to make was like I'd never seen Star Trek Discovery, because by then we were all kind of burnt out, and you could go back on yourself and say, oh well, maybe I should give it a chance. But when like 90% of your total Trek fandom that had been there since the beginning is saying, it's okay, but comparatively it's shit, so you're best to stay away from it, then I'm just going to stay away from it. I mean, the jury speaks for themselves.
And Mike, I don't sound like that.
Hey, I did the best I could. I'm Mexican.
It was big shoes to fill, but that's all right.
Good morning,
So now it's a
everybody.
trio. Yes, Loki,
morning.
welcome back. Good
All right,
morning.
now we're going to finish this list. Number 2,
Number 2.
Jean-Luc Picard.
I'm actually really overly curious to see who's going to be number 1, but me personally, I'm okay with that.
Loki, were you listening when we got to number 6 earlier?
I was.
Were you there in my moment of sadness when I was crying for the loss of our great captain on the number 6?
Who that? Okay, so Twyla Scott was in one episode of
Yeah,
TNG.
that's what everybody was saying. One episode and she died.
No, she doesn't even belong on this list. She what? Oh, she's the only one to besides Kirk to ever beat the no win scenario, and she was the youngest captain in Starfleet.
Loki, but she was stunning and brave. I mean, oh my God, what's the matter with you?
Mhm.
But well, again, it's like, gee, if no one's gonna remember her, then what the hell is the fucking point then anyway?
And she didn't die. Whoever wrote that obviously never watched the episode. They just looked up a list of captains. She never died, so they never killed her in that episode. So I don't see how they got that information, but she never died. So whatever.
Yeah. Project Storytime says Picard has dropped big time for me. Now, if you're talking if that has any relation to do with the Picard series, I can understand that. But for me, Picard ends with when TNG ended. That was it. There was no more. The rest is all just shit ass fandom.
Well, that's your number 2, guys, according to the Mary Sue. And number 1, are you ready?
I won't argue with this one.
Okay, here we go.
There you go.
You know what? I'm actually really surprised. I was expecting some massive curveball. I thought they were going to throw out another, quote, captain that I'd never heard of before. But personally, for me, the number 1 was always a toss-up between Picard and Benjamin Sisko. And going through Deep Space Nine once again as an adult several years ago, Benjamin Sisko really rose up the ranks for me. So on a personal level, I'll agree with that. Absolutely. Because Benjamin Sisko, Loki and I say it all the time, Sisko is fucking badass.
Oh, yeah.
I thought they were going to throw some other random piece of shit actor on there from one of the new shows that we'd never heard of before.
But Sisko broke some rules too. So
Yeah.
Don't ever forget that. Sisko
Every
broke some
captain
rules.
breaks the rules. Like, oh my God, well, they shouldn't be on this list because they broke the rules. Show me one captain who never broke a rule their entire Federation career.
So tell me, Loki, in your opinion, because I think when we talked about this offline, I don't know if we ever talked about it on a show, or I don't know, have we? But you told me at length why you think Sisko is the best overall captain. Can you repeat this for the fans watching? Because I think it's a great analysis as to why you think he should be number 1.
So
Because he punched Q.
Sisko to me is the most human captain. He's the most. He's more like us. Okay, Kirk's like a demigod. Okay, he did things that nobody else could do. Sisko, while they've got him set up as this part Bajoran prophet, whatever
Emissary,
he's more like a human being. He gets angry.
Yeah.
And he gets upset and he lets his emotions flow. And when I was growing up, to see him, especially in the episode where he goes after Eddington, where he's hitting that punching bag. Is he a changeling infiltrator? No, he's just a man. And he's like beating the crap out of that punching bag with Dax holding it. And he's explaining why he's so emotionally attached to this aspect of I've got to go after this guy and I've got to get him because he betrayed everything. He betrayed the uniform. He betrayed his friends. I had the son of a bitch over for dinner. I made him my dad's goulash. And it's like
shrimp Creole from New Orleans, y'all.
He's more like us to me than any other captain.
Yeah.
So that's my pick. Kirk's I mean, you could almost say a 50-50 split between Kirk and Cisco, but I relate more with Cisco than I do any of the other captains.
Yeah, I think a lot of them would, because like personally, like you said it best, he's the most human captain. And while I always when I was younger thought Picard was number one on my list, you know, when you start to absorb more and more, Picard almost looks, to me anyway, he almost looks untouchable, because he's, you know, got this commanding presence without saying a word. And that just may be more credit to Patrick Stewart than the character itself. But, you know, Cisco was a lot more vulnerable. It was a lot more easily spotted. He had emotions, he had anger, he had issues with people, and he wasn't afraid to take matters into his own hands when the situation called for it.
Like, you remember the Eddington show? Loki, remember that one? But Mark the Infinitely Tired says he destroyed a planet.
Yeah,
to get
no,
Eddington.
that's what I was just talking about, was that scene with the punching bag. But Eddington poisoned a planet. So Eddington poisons this planet to get the Cardassians to leave. And obviously Cardassians died. Me and Clobby were arguing over this the other night. Cisco did the exact same thing. He poisoned a planet to get the Maquis to leave the planet. But Eddington did it first. Does that make it right? No, but it just goes to the point where he's like, it's an eye for an eye. If you're gonna attack planets and use chemical warfare against another planet, I'm gonna do the exact same thing.
Yeah,
and I'll get you to leave. And he even messages them and tells them, you need to leave. This is what we're gonna do. You need to leave. And they didn't, and he did it, and then they left. Then they're scrambling to leave. So Cisco did it his way. I'll do it my way.
Oh God! And he told off Picard too in the first episode. Loki and I talked about that years ago. You know,
and I hated that. I absolutely hated that.
It's like, talking back to Picard, blasphemy.
He redeems himself though. He does. When Worf comes on the station, he gets Worf to stay, and he does that because Picard did the exact same thing for him.
Yeah. Yeah. And you and I said before, like when the beard came back and the hair came off, that's when Cisco was getting full Cisco mode going.
Yes.
So yeah, absolutely.
No Captain Spock on the list.
Yeah,
you know,
no Captain Spock.
Yeah, no Captain Spock. So they'll put a couple stray random captains on there that are almost completely unknown and unrecognizable, but no Captain Spock. How odd.
It's because these aren't real Star Trek fans. All they did was pull up a Wikipedia and look up crap. That's all they did. I guarantee you. They never bothered going back and watch. It's just like the writer's room at Paramount. The only reason why Picard has been watchable is because you've got familiarity with these characters. The people that wrote this list, they just don't. They have no idea what they're talking about.
No,
they're talking out of their ass.
Yeah. So while I'll agree with some of the names and placement on this list, it kind of looks like a copy paste that came from somewhere else.
So it's funny because Steve asked, is Cisco even a captain? Loki, recount how he became a captain when he was previously a commander.
Okay, so when he takes over DS9, he's a commander. It's Commander Benjamin Sisko. When he gets, I think at the end of the season where he gets the Defiant, he's made a captain. And that's when the hair comes off, the beard goes on, and he jumps into that role. They did not want him to be bald because they said people will mistake him for Picard. And I was like,
wait, what?
Okay.
Oh my
God. I never heard this one.
Oh yes. So the head honchos for DS9 were afraid that they would have another bald officer, and that it would make it indistinguishable from TNG. And I'm like, you guys are like, you guys are tripping if you think the Hawk is going to be mistaken for the Picard maneuver. Engage! Oh, we must hold the ideals of the Federation at the top of our So that it goes against the principles and the ideal. While Cisco's like, motherfucker, I punched out Q. I dealt with 9 kinds of shit. I've got these Jemadar guys trying to come through the wormhole and kill us all. Give me the bald shaped head. Put me back into Hawk mode, and I will destroy everything. And he did great after that.
Yeah.
Every few seasons of Trek, the first couple of seasons have always been iffy. People have to get into their role. They've got to get used to what they're doing. They even had a little bit of touch and go in TOS, but it was TNG that really signified that the first couple of seasons you can't really count on.
Yeah.
It was after that that it got great. Same thing with DS9. The first couple of seasons are kind of hard to get through. After that, it just takes off and it doesn't stop.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I mean, like initially, like you said, you know, because TNG, the first one, like the first season for sure. Second season, yeah. It took roughly 3 or 4 seasons for that to really finally get rolling. It was the same with Deep Space Nine because of all the same reasons. TOS, yeah, you could say that. Voyager, especially considering the fact that they're stranded, we don't really know what the hell is going to happen. But when season 4 rolled around and Cisco got bald and, you know, and the Dominion War kicks in full force, you're thinking, oh shit, it's getting real now.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And he flew the Defiant. That right there, ladies and gentlemen, the fucking Defiant. Yeah. So yeah, I'll agree with some placements on that list for sure.
Loki, we had a poll going. Why don't we see what the chat said?
Okay, so at number 1 with 57% is Captain James T. Kirk.
Aha!
Dun, 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 dun.
Did you know that he had a special appearance on the show earlier, Loki?
Yes, I saw that. You were sticking something in his slot.
The special
Dad,
slot.
I said, Dad, come back over here. I need you on the show. And my TV dad was like, I'll be right there.
I'm on my way.
I need you on the bridge badly.
At 10% coming in at 3 is Captain Jean-Luc Picard, Captain of the USS Enterprise D.
What was number 2?
Number 2 is Cisco at 31%.
Oh, so we didn't get to number 1 yet.
No, Kirk's number 1.
Kirk's number 1.
57%. Picard is 3 with 10%. Cisco is 2 at 31%. And Janeway is at the very bottom at 2%.
Janeway on the bottom. Oh my. Well, you see, right away, that's a pretty diverse list.
I don't know, a Frenchman, an American, and
we shouldn't give a shit about diversity. We should care about is who is the best captain. And I got to tell you, I've had debates with Loki, and I think his, like, logically speaking, his rationale is right for Cisco being number 1. But I think with me, I have such a emotional attachment to Kirk that there's no way anyone will ever talk me out of it. There's just no way it's happening.
You're letting your personal feelings get in the way. Starfleet does not abandon the morals and principles when they become inconvenient.
Jesus Christ. Whoa.
That's a Picard speech.
Damn, that was like right out of the vault.
Don't ask me how I remember that. I remember a few things. But
Starfleet's obligation is to the truth, whether it be physical truth or psychological truth.
Yeah, absolutely. So I mean, it's one of those things. It's obviously a topic that can be debated till the end of time. It's already been debated, you know, for years and years on end. So to summarize real quick, me top 2, Cisco and Picard in no particular order, because I find some captains are a little bit interchangeable because you take away qualities and flaws from each and every single one. So for me, it's kind of hard to judge, but top 2 would have to be Cisco and Picard.
What's funny is growing up, Kirk was my hero. Kirk was the ultimate hero. And it's still that way. So I'm not taking anything away from Kirk, because growing up, watching him while I was growing up, it's one of the first movies I can ever remember seen is Star Trek 3, The Search for Spock. in the theater.
Mm-hmm.
That and Return of the Jedi are the two first movies I think I can ever remember seeing in theaters. But growing up and getting older, I was an angry young individual. Cisco was my man. I saw eye to eye with almost everything he did. I agreed with almost every decision he made.
Yeah, it's like he allowed you to live vicariously
Yeah.
through him, It's like, oh man, because especially when you're a kid, growing up watching things like that, it's like, oh, if I could be a captain, I would be such and such, or I'd be this guy, So he's really easy to kind of mold into that category.
They also left off Worf. Worf was a captain. Worf captained the Defiant. Didn't matter what his rank was. And that's another problem these people have. They don't get that. Doesn't matter what your rank is. You can be a captain and hold the rank of a commander. Worf was the captain of the Defiant in multiple episodes of DS9. He just didn't have the rank of captain. But they still called him captain because he was captaining the Defiant. In First Contact, he was the captain of the Defiant. Didn't matter what his rank was. So they left out a lot of stuff here. You notice they didn't put any aliens in there.
Yeah. Or this one, I want to throw this out while we're talking about the one-off.
Or any Mexicans. Who remembers the great tale in Next Generation of Captain Gutierrez, who was in charge of the kitchen and taco ship which fed the entire Federation? Where is Captain Gutierrez?
I don't remember him.
I just made that up. I just made that up.
I would also, so if you want to go with one-off, since one of the one-offs has already made the list, ironically enough, wow, how about that? I would like to give a special shout out and honorable mention to the Emergency Command hologram.
Oh God.
That's right.
Bleep, bleep. You know I had to rewind that when I saw that for the first time. When the little pips show up on his collar, it's like pip, 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 pip. And I just laughed my ass off. I couldn't handle it. I could not handle it.
Oh my goodness. But he should be good enough for the top 10.
Activate the photonic cannon.
Oh my God. Computer, activate the emergency command hologram. Yeah. Oh God. Take away what you will. Yeah, I laughed. So special shout out to the emergency command hologram there. If we're gonna let anybody make a top 10 captain list, then
my.
What did Sulu say? Zero is Woggle-Eye Wendy's favorite captain.
You steer her ship, Zero.
Oh my God. What was I a captain of? Captain Jack Zero? Maybe, but there's not enough rum in the
Woggly-eyed
world
Wendy
to
wants
make
you
that very
to
fucking-
Woggly-eyed Wendy wants you to insert your dilithium crystal
My dilithium is a bit too expensive.
into her energy chamber.
Oh, good God. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, Dave Bob says Beverly was a captain too. Remember when Deanna Troy took over as captain for that one episode and she kept asking the crew for suggestions. So, I mean, you could make a top 100 list of captains in no particular order.
They just don't know what they're doing. And the Mary Sue's a rag.
On the rag.
On the rag.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So why don't we throw in the captains of the Maquis and the Jem'Hadars and and the captain of the friggin' Grand Naga ship there, like anything else. Hell, throw in a fucking Borg cube captain. Well, they wouldn't have a captain because they're a general consensus.
What about Martok? What about Martok? General Martok was the captain of the Rotaran.
Yeah.
Why not Martok? Martok was a great captain. I thought he was great.
Yeah.
One of my favorite characters in Deep Space Nine. What about Nog?
Nog. Yeah. The first friggin' Ferengi to go through Starfleet Academy. Like, come on,
become
man.
a captain.
Yeah, damn right. Damn right. You won't be seeing no Harry Kims on this list. I'm sorry. He will be stuck in his position forever. But yeah, Martok. God damn, I forgot to mention him.
If Mexican Iron Man and my people ever got our own Star Trek series, like we would have the, instead of the rules of acquisition, we'd have the rules of female acquisition.
Woo! What rule was that? that was somewhere up in the thousands, wasn't it? Or did they bump that back down into the top 10?
Well, Loki, take us out. I want to thank everybody for being here. Thanks, Loki, for having me. Zero, thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Thank you. And guys, next week, I won't be back until probably around now. If I do get back around now, because my appointment next Monday is 15 minutes later than it was today. So Mike has graciously accepted the captain's chair for next Monday with Zero.
I thought I was here for the ESG points.
Huh?
The diversity, equity, inclusion, social governance.
Oh God, no. We don't need none of that.
But thank you everybody so much for being here. Thank you for being here for Mornings of Mischief. Even though I was out this morning, the vampires took 4 vials of blood, and then I had to go in a cup. That's always nice.
But hey, you got a lovely donut out of the deal. We're just glad.
I got a fucking donut. You know how long it's been since I've had a donut? It's been a long damn time since I had a donut. So after 4 vials of blood, they gave me a cup of orange juice and a donut. I was like, hell yeah, I'll eat that.
Junk food, baby.
I can't have that at home.
God.
Shit. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Zero. Thank you, everyone out there in chat. The poll is down. Captain Kirk won. Guys, take care. Be excellent to each other. Always speak friend enter. And these two will see you next Monday on Zero Hour here on Mornings of Mischief. Take care, everybody.
Well, bang.
These videos are tremendous. Like, comment, and subscribe, and hammer that notification bell.